Welcome back, everyone. We spoke about the Ramchal last time, and I want to talk briefly about the Sefer, Mesilas Yesharim, and its contribution. Of course, we're mentioning a little bit about the Ramchal also as we go. So you hear from the Gra, Hofia or Chadash al Pnei Tevel. A new light has come into the world. Natan Bado Dinar Zahav. He gave a whole Dinar Zahav, which like a gold coin at his time. Imagine the Gra. We can't even comprehend the greatness of the Gra. The Gra would learn the Mesilas Yesharim. He wouldn't just learn the Mesilas Yesharim. He would be choser on it. He would go over it and over it. And it's not on my page here, but I believe that I read somewhere else that before the Gra would have to leave the confines of his little klois, where he got so much of his galud, so much of his gadlus, so much of his steiging, he would go over certain chapters in the Mesilas Yesharim about Zehiras many times to prepare himself for whatever might meet him on the streets of Vilna. If the Ramchal was alive, the Gra would have walked to see him. I mean, what more can you say than that? Here's a Talmud of the Gra, Rabbi Avram Shlomo Zalman Tzorif. Ashrei hahogebo. Lucky is the one who spends time in it. Rov hasefer chakuk alibo, until most of the sefer is entrenched in his heart. Through that, a person gets to his tachlis, can realize what he's all about. Okay, so you say, well, maybe just the Litvaks who like Mesilas Yesharim. It's not a sefer for the Hasidim also. Let's see what some of the Hasidic masters said about the sefer. This from the Yisrael Hamagid Mikuzhnitz, it was called the Kuznetzer Magid. That was a Talmud of no less than Magid Mezrich, the main Talmud of the Baal Shem Tov, and Rav Melech Lubizhinsk, and Noam Elimelech. Listen to this. Kol Madrigosav, Vahasagosav, Shisig Haylam Sefer Mesilas Yesharim. I don't know what that means. I can't fully explain it to you, but that's the statement. All of his Madrigas, all of his Milas of the Kuznetzer Magid, the great Kuznetzer Magid, came from the Sefer. The Oab Yisrael, another Talmud of Rav Melech Lubizhinsk, one of a beloved Hasidic Sefer, Avram Yeshua Heschel Me'apta. Kibel is Kivno Haruchani. He received his spiritual way, his design, his path. Of course, Hasidus afterwards added a lot to him, obviously, but the beginning, his foundation was from Mesilas Yesharim. Had more Mividjis and Richaim, bring a little bit closer to our times. Hit v'tat midlamot sefer Mesilas Yesharim b'chol yom. Learn it every day. V'tachzor kama pam shirogel oshono. And Rav Wolbe said, Sefer Mesilas Yesharim, manhig doreinu b'musar. And for me, the most important statement, the one I hold close to my heart, that I've said over many times, is from something that Reb Chaim Volozhiner said to Reb Zundel Salant. Zundel Salant was the Rebbe of Rabbi Salanter, and he was attributed to be the one who first got Rabbi Salanter into Musar. Okay, those who know the Musar movement know about the great Rabbi Zundel Misalant, who was, I believe, he wasn't a Rav, I think he was, but like one of those hidden figures type, I believe. I'm not sure though. Kol Sefer Musar Tov, Lomad. Of course, all the Sfarim are good to learn. What better than spending time with Orchas Tzadikim, Shari Tshuva, Malas Amidus, etc. Ach Mesilas Yesharim Yaman Alecha. It will be your guide. Now, this is a very important distinction, and I'm not suggesting that those that are listening to this series have to do this, but I just want to focus on this line for a second. Kol Sefer Musar Tov, Mesilas Yesharim Yaman Alecha. Chaim Volozhiner instructed Reb Zundel, this should be your menahel, this should be your guide. There's so many great ideas out there in the Torah world. Always, Torah is the best eschara for sure. Torah Anytime, websites, parsha sheets, Gilyoni parsha sheets, books built on parsha sheets built on books. It's endless out there. A person can just listen to shurim, and then live people question live Rabbeim. It's an important distinction which I've learned to make in my life between these are nice ideas, and this is like a Rebbe to me. Now, to me, what does it mean? What's the difference between a Rebbe and a mashpia or someone to get great ideas from? It's more of a mechayev, more of an obligation to go in that way. There are many Talmidei Chacham, there are many Gedolim, there are many ideas out there. How does one know which way he goes? More than just flipping a coin, kind of. That's what Rabbeim are for. Rabbeim are for more like, this is my this is like how I base myself. I know for me, in Chumash, I like very much Sasemis and Shem Yishmuel, and of course others farm. But I view the Meshech Chochmah as like I adopted kind of like a Rebbe to me. His ideas, the ideas that I feel obliged to, that I have to keep to. One gets input from a lot of places, of course, ideas, even from non-Jewish sources, as the Rambam instructed us. Hear the truth from whoever says it. There's so much truth out there, so many good ideas out there, as we said. But you always have to know, like, what's brass tacks leading? What's your leader? What's your guide? What's your Rebbe? What's your Rav? Where's your community? So this is how Rabbi Volozhiner saw Mesilas Yesharim. It's a guide. It's a guide. So again, that's not a condition being part of our sessions. One can listen to the shiurim given freely in any way they want, but know that you're learning a sefer which can be a guide. Kol sefrei Musar mochichim li'yarei Hashem, said Rabbi Schoonmaker. The sefer Mesilas Yesharim moras derech eich lirad Hashem. All svarim teach us that we have to be Yarei Shamayim. Mesilas Yesharim teaches us how to get there. It's practical. It makes things practical, makes things real. And finally, Rabbi Yerucham, the great mashgiach in the Mir, that seminal figure of I believe the fourth generation of Musar, someone that the future Gedolei Olam viewed as like their Rebbe, their Manhil, their Menahel. Hamaskil b'sifrei hachasid lutzati yirish shesever Mesilas Yesharim hu sever kolom mikol sam shechiber. Incredible. Said Rabbi Yerucham, and I heard this from Rav Wolbe in his language a few times. I was open to hear Rav Wolbe maybe for 5 or 6 years, much of that time weekly in his Beis Musar, and when I was in the Mir Yeshiva, I heard him once every 2 weeks or so. And I heard him say many times in Mesilas Yesharim, a few times, I don't know if it was a few or many, but I definitely heard him say, at least a few times, and I think many, that Mesilas Yesharim is kol all the other form of the Ramchal, which really means that it was kol all the Kabbalah of the Ramchal. So that's another aspect of the Sefer which one could totally miss, and we probably will miss it because we're not learning on a Kabbalistic level, nor is it's out of my pay grade to do such. But it's very interesting to note that we're learning a Sefer which relates so much on a Musar level, right? And the Musar movement wasn't ostensibly about Kabbalah. Many of the Bali Musar were big Mekubalim, but that was what it was about, right? Yet this magical Sefer by this magical author, this epic Sefer by this legendary person. And I'm not using those terms just like they use today, epic and legend, that everybody's an epic and everybody's a legend. We're talking about truly epic and truly legendary. Not only is it truly epic and truly legendary in guiding us in Avodas Hashem, it's truly epic and truly legendary in Kabbalah. All right, I'm sure for those who know, and the more we dig in, we'll even have some understandings of that. So, B'ezrat Hashem, next session we're going to dive right in. And it's good to, again, to know who we're talking about, to know what we're talking about, to know what it is, and now we're ready to learn Lakdama of this amazing Sefer.